It's track 12, Island House. Fantastic. Can't wait to tell you about this one. It is my favourite from the House album that is known as House Share. Currently the hit of the interweb. Well, it might be after you've heard this tune. To be fair, probably I should ransom the rest of the album to this tune. If you want this tune, you've got to get the rest of the album, and then you've got to tell everyone about it. Anyway, I am properly excited about this tune. This tune, I think, is the best tune I have made so far. I think I've made about 50 tunes, and this one I just can't wait for you to. I would love to be able to be playing it now and listening to it with you and discussing it, because it is my attempt. I think I can't really remember making this. I sort of do. I sort of think I was in a daze with this tune because I made it. It was one of those tunes where everything comes together. I think it was an attempt at an Ibiza style tune. I don't know if it's achieved that, an island tune. I think that's why I called it Island House. I don't know if it's achieved that. I don't care. I don't care what it is. I don't care if it's not house. Whatever heck this tune is, I think it's excellent. Everything fitted, everything clicked. The key changes, the build-ups, when things swap and change and come in, it just gives you that emotional feeling that music does. And I think I will call this music. I remember writing what I think is the lead sound or the melody, and I was, because it plays with the piano, so the piano chord, there's a piano playing through it, but it's not like your Joey Negro piano. It's a piano chord. I think it's syncopated, so it plays off the beat. And then there's this strange lead that comes in at some point. Nothing is forced on this, and it's got this vocal, this female vocal, and she's just got that timbre to her voice, slightly vulnerable, but still confident. I don't know, it's just everything about this I love. I genuinely can't take credit for it, because I think every single thing on this tune was luck. I do not have the skill to do this on purpose. I am convinced of that. I think it was law of averages, which is what basically I've played all my life. Chat up enough girls, one of them's going to say yes, even to me. Still working on that. I haven't chatted up every girl on the planet yet, just most of them. And I think with it, like they say about the room full of monkeys with typewriters, and eventually they will kill each other with typewriters. They will write Shakespeare. That's actually nonsense. That's very unlikely that's going to happen, but you get my point. I'm sure you've heard that. But I think law of averages, every 15 tunes, by luck, I'm going to put some things in the right place. This tune, I was trying to make this emotional song a while back. I mean, I'm a bloke and I grew up around a lot of girls. I spent a lot of time with girls. There wasn't that many girls in my neighbourhood, as it were, and I never... Obviously, when I was a boy, girls were stinky and boys were best, that sort of thing when you're a kid. But equally, when I wasn't with other boys, girls were okay, because that's all I had to play with. And I realised that, they weren't like yucky, really. I mean, I didn't know what they were for at that age, but they were all right. They were brave. There were some sisters I hung out with because, they were gymnasts. They went to a posh school. And God blimey, they were fearless. So, and as a boy, you can't let a girl out, do you? Can you? You've got to. So they climb a tree out to go higher. Blimey, I was bricking it, but they were just. So I grew up, respecting girls. I still do love girls. I don't. They're as equal as men. I don't care what anyone says. In some cases, they're more equal. Some of the things they've got to put up with, it's just not. Anyway, that's for a different podcast, I'm sure. But there's one thing that struck me, that I used to know quite a few girls. I was lucky enough to be friends with girls, maybe because I wasn't frightened of them or whatever, but and I knew quite a few petite girls, like girls, young women that were like around 5 foot tall, and they used to come out with us. They go raving, and they're teeny tiny little things, and they're so brave. I mean, anything could happen to them, but they would stand up for themselves, and they had, this confidence and this bravery. And I used to have great nights with them, and I used to admire them. I used to think, oh, look at you, look how brave you are. And anyway, everything was really from a male point of view. You get a lot of songs male point of view, and then they started doing songs. Because like at school, I used to think girls were, smarter than boys. I mean, my school was rough. I went to school in the days when you were allowed to be beaten with whatever object was at hand. I mean, it was the done thing. In fact, if I didn't get beaten each day from one teacher or somebody, it was an odd day. It's don't get me wrong, I'm not about to have flashbacks or anything, but so I used to hang out with these girls, and and there was this, as I say, everything was from male point of view, songs about singing, blokes going to get girls or whatever, and I used to think girls were, school, they were smart. They was neater writing, and they were never getting caned or put outside the master's office. Every bleeding lunchtime or something, I was standing outside someone's office or getting caned for something, and they were already goody two shoes. So I always thought girls were, a level up from us, and perhaps they were. As I said, we come from a different time. Girls had the office jobs, and we worked in the fields or the factories or the dirty jobs. The girls always looked clean. Girls, for me, always seemed to know a secret that we didn't, and they weren't letting on. But you were supposed to be the one that did all the chasing, and you were the one that, you had to open the doors, and it's lovely. I don't see anything wrong with that, but I'd do it for anyone. Chivalry works both ways, in the sense I'll hold the door open for whoever's coming from behind me. It's just polite, but you know what I mean? There was, and I still believe it, if I take a girl out, I would pay for the evening. Why not? Also, I don't know why, but I think it's nice because I want to spend the time with her. So, I'm probably going to be a bore because I'm a bloke, so she deserves something out of it, if nothing else. I mean, once upon a time, I used to think just spending the time with me was the reward, but I'm not sure that's right now. You tell me in the comments. You've been with me now for 12 tracks, episodes, whatever you want to call them, on this broadcast of a radio podcast, not video, just word thing. Yes, you let me know. But there was this thing that suddenly started coming out in the dance tunes, and I particularly remember it with Garden of Eden. Is it Shades Brothers in Rhythm? Garden of Eden, anyway. Here's another chance for you to dance with me. Here's another chance. Here's another chance. So basically, look that up if you don't know it. It's definitely called Garden of Eden. It's on. I think it's on an album thing. I don't think I got the 12-inch of that. I think I've only. Oh, I might have an early copy, but I definitely got it on an album. Shades of Rhythm? Might be Shades of Rhythm. Anyway, it's a lovely tune. I think it's great. And it's sort of sung from the girl's point of view. Like she's saying to this bloke, without saying it, well, she might be saying it, I'm not sure how it works, come and actually speak to me. Because, I mean, we used to have to go and do the chatting up, but it wasn't swiping left or right. You had to physically go over and up. As a bloke, if you do that enough times, like, well, I certainly have, you get blown out a lot. You get blown out more times than you don't. So rejection never gets easier. You kind of get numb to it, or you tell yourself you kind of expect it to happen, but it never gets easier. So, it's part of the game. You have to do it. But in this tune, she's like saying, come on, I want you to come and, ask me out. And then he sings his bit, about what he thinks about her, and the two of them like each other, but they're not getting together. And you start getting it from the girl's point of view, which, there were tunes before, but not that many. But anyway, maybe there is loads and I haven't seen them. But the point I'm trying to get to is that I quite like that change, where you started getting tunes from that point of view, and that kind of stuck with me. Maybe it's only Garden of Eden that stuck to me, but I can think of some others. Maybe the latest one I can think of, was it Groove Jet, If This Not Love. I think that's sung by a woman, isn't it? But there are some others, maybe Mojo. No, that's... So anyway, but back to this island. So I kind of wanted to do that. And I found this sample. Everything I use, by the way, is like free. I can't afford a singer, and if I could, I would love to have a singer re-sing the lyrics for me on this to actually exactly what I want, because the lyrics on this isn't quite what I want. So she's singing on this, I know you want it, I want it too. Whereas what I wanted is, do you like me? I think on this lyric it's, do you like it? I know you do, or something like this. But I would have liked it to say, do you like me? I like you too. And that's kind of lyric. Obviously there's a bit, I don't want to spoil the surprise for you. But you know, building this up so much that it's got to be good, isn't it? I am that convinced it is that I'm not going to apologise for building it up. But I just love this tune. This tune, I would love to have a time machine to be taken back to that 90s dance floor when I had that special energy of youth or of the rave scene, and hear this myself. I mean, usually I make my tunes a little bit too long because I can't help it. I just sometimes I do, and this tune just isn't long enough. I mean, I could make it go on. It's probably because of the emotion I think this is creating in me. It's just reminding me of those times when you were, I don't know, more innocent times, and you were chatting up girls in that environment when the rejections weren't like girls. If there are girls listening to this, you've got to reject people, but think about how you do it. There are ways. You don't have to be quite so cutting. And I think back then in the rave scene, people didn't have the inhibitions they had, and people could talk more freely, and you could be blown out in a much nicer way there. And I think it was just a much happier time. And for me, this tune sort of really captures it. Now, I'm going to play it now. So this is Island House, track 12. Probably the best tune on the album. Shouldn't say that, because what have we got? 7 more to go. But just, you'll see what I mean if you listen to it, and you'll probably want to listen to it a few times because it's that great. But everything just goes right. If it just had a professional sort of wipe over within sound engineering, I think you'd think this had come from somebody who knew what they were doing. So anyway, here we go. Island House, 124 BPM, nice and slow. Not going to get you too excited if you're running or doing your painting, if I'm ruining it now. So let me know in the comments what you think. Here we go.